Most people think, if you go with a big camshaft and you got high compression, that's no longer a street car. All right, they're going to buck, they're going to act crazy with you, and it's just not going to be a fun drive. Now, there are limits to what I'm about to tell you guys. I want to talk about the camshaft and the setup that's in this car. This is an Anderson N111 camshaft, which is their next to biggest camshaft that they offer. Also, this is a 347 stroker, Anderson N111 camshaft, dart block, trick flow 11R 205cc heads. It's actually around 11 3/4 to 1 is what it is with the head gasket thickness. Zero decked, 40 thousandths head gasket, which gives you 40 thousandths of quench, which is perfect, right? It's a 750 ATM carburetor, and that is a Ford Motorsport intake. It's got 410 gears in the back, and it's got a TKX 5-speed transmission with aluminum drive shaft, and that's it, right? But that's your setup, because everybody wants to know. Oh, also limited travel lifters. This setup right here is actually very streetable. Way more streetable than you guys might think. Now, is it perfect? No. What do we know as a typical street setup for a Fox body Mustang or anything like this? I'd say it'd be like a stock bottom end, heads, cam, intake, injectors, or carbureted, whatever, right? With like a B cam, an E cam, or an F cam. And guys, I mean this now. You got to hear me out here. This setup right here with the Anderson N111 is as easy to drive as my B cam setup in the Retro Fox. Actually, I'm going to say it's easier to drive. And part of that is due to its carbureted, okay? Now, if this was in a fuel-injected setup, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it would react. And you might ask yourself, well, why is that? Why EFI should be, easier to drive, right? With less problems. Well, yes and no. You don't have a computer trying to control different things, as this cam's got overlap, and this carburetor doesn't care. It's just going to give it fuel, right? It's not going to try to compensate for anything. And sometimes I feel like a carburetor will smooth out a camshaft as far as drivability goes. I want you guys to see just how easy it is to drive this thing around the neighborhood, creep around. Look, spoiler alert, it's going to kind of buck a little bit. It is. You got to know how to drive these things for sure, but you also have to do that with any car that's got a camshaft in it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go for a quick drive. This is actually another car that we have that's controlled with a Terminator X. As you can see, the Terminator X screen right here, and it controls everything else just like it would if it was an EFI car, right? So it can control your fans, it can control your timing, pretty much anything except for fuel. That's right, you guessed right, fuel. It's the only thing it can't control. We got that being handled with the carburetor itself. All right, so with that being said, we can set our timing wherever we want to. I got this car idling at 35 degrees of timing to help clean up the idle. And then as soon as I touch the throttle, it drops down to about 30. And then the highest that it sees as it comes over throughout the curve is about 32 degrees is it.
This is 95, got that mean boy stance. Might be a ride if you take that chance. 3 feet in one Windsor, got the whole car mad. Hit the throttle one time, make the whole street gag. 5 speed in the flow, gotta shift that right. Real deal.
I still haven't learned the exact way to get this car to start smooth. Every car is a little different. But let me show you this. So that'll start to lean out as the car idles, but let me show you. So as you can see, we got our oil pressure. There's our timing. So it's bouncing between 32 and 35. Coolant temp. Right there's your AFR. There's your vacuum. That's your vacuum right there. And your RPM. There's your TPS, watch. See, starting to come up to normal. Look at that. That's exactly where you want to be, guys. Oil pressure looks good. So let's see how it takes off. First gear. Second gear. See, it's got a little buck to it, right? Look at that, it clears right up. Go to third gear. Oh, that's not bad. Look at that, that's third gear. So it's a little bucky, but it's not bad. It's no worse than my B cam in the Retro Fox. There's fifth gear, guys, just cruising along. Now, you can still hear the cam, no doubt, but in reality, you wouldn't be in fifth gear right here. I'm just trying to show you guys, still driving. All right, car idles right back down like it's supposed to, and I tell you what, we'll make a little hit on it just to see, because I'm not hit the car yet at all. I've only been about half throttle. We'll go down here. We're not going to do it right here by the houses. Car does great. So we do have a little issue, and it's been kind of an ongoing issue with this transmission, something with fourth gear. It just sounds like it's got rocks in it. I don't know what it is. It may be a pinion angle issue. So we have to check that. At one time it went away, and I think we replaced the clutch. So we're back to a twin disc clutch in it now, the Vengeance clutch. And I think in that 1-to-1 ratio, it causes an issue. So I'm not sure on that, but you'll hear in fourth gear, it makes a noise. That's not the engine, that's just that. Also, let's go ahead and try second gear. There's second gear, and we're gonna attempt to take off with an Anderson N111 camshaft in second gear. Huh, perfect. Look at that. Oh yeah, she's rowdy. We need to turn the rev limiter up on it. This car's probably going to turn 7,600 RPM. We got it set at like 7 right now. Little bump. Again, this is second gear in the neighborhood. Not bad, about 2,200 RPM. We're not bucking. You know, that's not bad. It's not bad. You could go to third gear as well, but you'd want to keep your foot on the clutch if you did, but it's not bad. All right on back into the house, and then we're gonna just stop and talk about the car for a second. Also, I do want to get out and let you guys hear the new exhaust setup, because I don't know if you guys know yet, but we got the Spintech 9000s on the car now. I robbed them from Berger, so let's just leave it running. We'll get out real quick and talk about it and let you guys hear it. All right, so check it out. That's the Spintech 9000s with the Anderson N111, and that's high timing, guys. This is 35 degrees, 33 to 35 degrees timing at idle. We can lower the timing and make it really hit, but we don't want to do that. We want to keep this thing really clean at idle, right? And you can do that with a little more timing. So let's go ahead and turn it off. Also, I want to show you guys the oil pan from the front of the car, which looks really, really sick. Papa T, this was something that he always wanted from like the Shelby back in the day. That front sump oil pan just looks good down there, kind of hanging out. Well, that's that. I just wanted to prove to people that these supposed rowdy camshafts aren't that bad. You know, and you may deal with a little more rowdiness with like an EFI car, with it trying to compensate, with a computer trying to compensate for the overlap. But they're really not that bad, especially in a carbureted car. So there you go. If you're interested, you can head over to Anderson Ford Motorsport. They got all the camshafts you could ever want over there. So go over there, check them out. Donnie B has a wealth of knowledge. He'll help you guys. So there she is, back in action again, running really, really good. We may make us a little AI song out of this. I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, y'all. And as always, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Everybody online saying, boy, that cam's too big. Gonna buck and surge, won't be no fun to live with. But they ain't never rode through a back road night with a 5-speed whining in them pipes, barking right. My 65 fastback got an Anderson N111, 347 stroker with that old school rhythm, 14 gears and a clutch pedal dance. Ain't scared of compression, ain't scared of a cam. Don't fear the cam, boys, don't fear the chop. Street car still living, even when the idle rocks. Little bit rowdy, little bit wild. That low I don't make a grown man smile. Get the gearing right and let the small block sing. Manual transmission, make that whole car mean. Don't fear the cam, nah, don't back down. Sometimes the rough idles, the sweetest sound around. Yeah, hey. File's cool and it can work real clean. Time and tables flashing on a laptop screen. But sometimes the carburetor just smooths it out better. Old school fuel curve makes the manners come together. People act like street driving dies soon as duration starts to rise. But with enough rear gear in the back, that thing will cruise just fine like that. You can't run 273s and expect miracles. Big cams need RPM, that's just mechanical. Give it gear, give it time, and give it fuel and air, and suddenly that race cam drives anywhere. Don't fear the cam, boys, don't fear the chop. The great ghost still rolling every chance it got. And 111 singing through the midnight heat, 347 pulling hard through every gear shift beat. Carb or F5, both can get it done. Old school attitude mixed with modern fun. Don't fear the cam, let that Windsor breathe. Sometimes the roughest idle makes the best street machine. So quit listening to everybody scared online. A street car ain't got an idle like your grandma's Crown Vic did in '99. Sometimes the best bills shake the dash, rattle the mirrors, and smell a little like race gas.